This is my 5th Flashback trip. Once I took my first one about 2.5 years ago, I was pretty much hooked. And I've just been booking one after the other ever since. So what inspired me to book the Antarctica trip is I love travel, I love adventure travel. And I think there's just sort of always a spirit of why not? And I've always wanted to go to Antarctica. And so since it was with a company that I knew and I was familiar with, and I know they do a great job, it just was kind of one of those, well, when it comes to travel, it's why not? Antarctica itself sells itself. I mean, really, it's just kind of the ultimate adventure, going to my 7th continent, and I knew certain things would be part of this. You know, I knew there'd be the element of really cool people. You know, this is the kind of adventurous trip where just really cool people would be here, so I didn't even worry about that part. But just being able to see the wildlife, and I was just kind of open for whatever. The group dynamics, of course, vary from group to group. You know, I mean, we're all people, but there's generally, both in this trip and on other trips, people are extremely supportive of one another. Pretty much everyone wants to gel as a group, and so it's just kind of been this adventure of let's all do this together, and we are people that would probably do it anyway, but these are a group of people that we just gel, and you really do know you're making friends for life. I'd say 2 different things kind of really are the key. So one is when you're hiking and when you're kayaking, especially when you're camping overnight. I think, now that I think of it, that's probably the best, was being out there in your little snow camping gear and everything, and just kind of having those magical moments with someone that's really amazing. And the rest is, you know, just the sitting around on our free time, chit-chatting, getting to know each other, you know, learning more about people. The expedition guides on this boat were really fantastic. Actually, all the staff members, I mean, we were just discussing how amazing they are. You know, so I did a lot of the kayaking for this trip, and our 2 guides, Chris and Rob, phenomenal, because you feel secure, you know they know what they're doing, but they're just fun and, you know, really very encouraging. It's great. Well, this is my first cruise ever, and probably a good way to cruise. I don't consider myself a cruise person per se, but it's really been a wonderful experience because it's small enough where you also get to know the staff. They've learned all our names. They're sweet. I mean, just they share their personalities, the service. It's all been fantastic. I was actually quite impressed. I was not even expecting this much. I think in Costa Rica, my most amazing specific memory was when we were kind of at the very end of all of our whitewater rafting, and there's this beautiful little channel, and we were all able to get out of the boat and just kind of float along it in our, you know, with our little life jackets on, resting, just absorbing it all. That was an incredible moment that will always stay with me. Kind of that peace at the end of that incredible journey. And I think, again, as I sort of try and think of a moment that was the most amazing of this trip, they were also amazing. There's times I'm out there kayaking and you just see, I mean, the awe. There's just no way to describe it, of being there in the ice with the glaciers following you, but definitely those moments of quiet in between all of the fun and the hustle and everything, those moments where you just kind of sit there and really take it all in. There's a lot of awe-inspiring moments in these trips. So I don't have just one, I have lots. Even after my first trip with Flashback, I could not stop talking about it. I feel like Flashback really has things down. They really have things down. I mean, I tell everyone, you know, just come on, here's the time to start traveling. Here's the time to try. It's gonna be, I'm gonna meet cool people. You know, I know I'm gonna do cool things. And so I think that's it. I think for them, I just sort of, again, I consider it's all the things that I would do, but better.